Hello everyone. This is the 13th lecture in the series of multithreading in Java. In this lecture, we will study about the executor service interface. As you might remember from the previous video, in which I explained the hierarchy of the executor framework, executor service directly implements the executor interface. So, as we understood in the executor interface details lecture, that executor interface only provides one method, which is the execute method. So the executor service extends that interface, so it extends that method also, it extends that behavior of the method, and also it provides some additional behaviors in the executor framework. That is, it provides some additional methods which are used to provide some additional functionalities in the execution framework. So let us understand in detail about the functionalities that this interface provides. So before starting the video, if you haven't liked or subscribed this channel, please subscribe this channel, and if you like the contents of this particular channel, then please give a thumbs up and share this channel with other friends also. So let us start with the lecture. Now, executor service, what other functionalities does it add? So executor service provides methods to manage termination and methods that can produce a future for tracking progress of one or more asynchronous tasks. Now what is basically the statement means is, as you might remember, that since the executor interface only provided you the functionality of executing a task, so this interface, the executor service interface, provides some additional functionalities, and those functionalities are you can manage how tasks can be terminated. Also, it provides functionalities where on submitting some task, it returns a future object, and you can do some actions on that future object to know the progress of the task which was submitted. That is, whether that task has completed or not. You can actually configure a timeout variable also, that in this particular amount of time this task should get completed. So all of these things are provided in this particular class. So now we will look in details about the class definition. So as you can see, this executor service interface, as we studied earlier, that it extends the executor interface. So in the hierarchy, executor interface is at the very top and executor service is extended from there. It provides functionalities of shutdown. So there are two functionalities. One is shutdown and one is shutdown now. As you can see, the first one is shutdown and the second one is shutdown now. So what is the difference? By shutdown, when you call the shutdown method, it waits for the currently submitted task to complete. If you call the shutdown now method, it tries to kill all the tasks which are currently been running. It stops accepting any new task, and all the tasks which are currently in pending state, it also kills them. Then it provides some methods to check that whether the executor service is shut down or not. So by shutdown, it means that whatever concrete class implementation you created of this executor service, whether that service has been killed or not. Then it provides some methods, as you can see, we studied in the previous slide, that it provides a method which can produce a future for tracking progress of one or more asynchronous tasks. So those methods are these submit methods. So as you might remember, that executor interface was only providing a method of execute, but generally we, as a client of the executor framework, we will be dealing with this submit methods. Why? Because in this submit methods you can submit the task. As you can see, that it is expecting variables as callable and runnable. So these are the tasks that you want to submit, and in return type you can see that it is returning a future. So these we will study in detail in future in the upcoming lectures, that what this future class does and how you can use this future class to make your main thread wait for the completion of this asynchronous threads, or to check whether those asynchronous threads has completed or not. So we will look into those things about the entire future interface in complete details, but for now you should understand this submit methods will return future objects, which in turn can be used to check the progress of the task which was submitted to these submit methods or to this frame executor service. Other than that, it also provides two types of methods, the invoke all method and invoke any method. So as the name suggests, by invoke all you can completely submit a collection of tasks. That is, basically it is submitting a collection of tasks which needs to be executed asynchronously. So whenever you will call the invoke all, it will start executing all the tasks at once, and if you call invoke any, it will choose at random, or you can provide your own behavior implementation of this invoke any in whatever class. If you are implementing this executor service interface yourself, you can provide a way to choose that which task should be executed. You can ensure the fairness and the other things, like no task should get starved for execution time. So you can provide all those things. So from this lecture, we have learned that executor service provides you behaviors such as tracking the termination and shutdown of the asynchronous task and the thread pools, and also tracking the progress of the asynchronous tasks which were submitted to the executor service using the future objects. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your other friends, and also give a thumbs up at the end of the video. Thank you.